Wow, and good evening and a very, very warm welcome from Camelot Castle to the entire world. And I have to say, today in the UK, we finally are witnessing the end of the fascist, disgusting regulations that have been used to oppress the British people. And I can't thank each and every one of you out there enough for everything that you have done to help us here in this country. And you know, you all of you out there, you freedom fighters, thank you. Now, if you can see this broadcast, please do share it. Please let everybody know where you are watching from. As I say, we are live from Camelot Castle. Can this be seen on Facebook? Let me just see. You know, I could not believe I was coming home this evening, and in the car I saw the most extraordinary clip from GB News, and it was just quite unbelievable to me. I'm just going to check and make sure that this is indeed going out on Facebook. It looks as if my account is restricted. See restrictions. You can't take part in groups for 3 days. Well, it seems that this is being restricted on Facebook, and I do apologize for that. But we should still be going out on Twitter, and we should still be going out on YouTube. I'm just going to show you what I saw on the GB News tonight. I thought it was so extraordinary. Here it is, and it's this young lady here.
Obviously this comes as a brilliant bit of happiness to me. I don't actually think I can stop smiling when I'm talking. It's about time. Obviously, you just said earlier, the one that makes me the happiest is the face masks in schools. There is zero evidence for those face masks to be in schools. There have been studies that show that because of the types of face masks that because I'm going to say we, because I was in schools when all of these policies were enacted, the face masks that we would have are not medical grade face masks, therefore they would make no difference to transmission. But what I found out when I was in the classroom, and most commentators have never been able to speak on this because they quite frankly didn't experience it, so you can hear it from me the first. There were teachers that were sitting there that would, be yelling at the poor year sevens about their face masks more than they would be teaching them. Those shy kids that would sit at the back of the class that would never speak, it was a massive barrier to them to impact their learning. They were already terrified, didn't want to speak out, and now they've got another barrier to engage in their learning. Communication problems were impossible. I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time when we were in school we took them off because we couldn't hear each other. He couldn't hear us, we couldn't hear them. You're in schools to learn, and the damage that they have done to my generation has been unbelievable. Like, I sat there in August.
The damage what's done?
What they've done to the rest of our lives, to our education. I sat there in August and literally watched my future crumble in front of my eyes.
And why?
Well, they cancelled my exams. So I got my exams cancelled once, went back and thought, no, you know what, this is not on. I'm not getting screwed over by the algorithm. I'm better than this. Got there, they cancelled them again, and I thought, nothing I can do anymore. So this makes me so angry. They literally ruined our lives, and nobody spoke about it at all. And the commentators, they had union reps come on and say this is what the school should have put in place, and they didn't care about what this did to us. And this is the first time I've ever spoken about it on TV because I knew that I'd cry about it, but I literally watched and felt like my entire life was falling apart because of what this government did to young people, and nobody cares. Not one person has cared about children in this pandemic. They think, why are we putting masks on them when people can go to football stadiums and they can go to theatres and play Nadeem Zahawi sitting there at the teaching awards with no mask, and yet we're disrespecting kids. This pandemic will finish. The damage this has done for us is forever, and we'll never get it back.
Well, I don't know what you guys feel about that, but I really felt the horror that that young lady and millions like her have been through. And to be honest with you, I am disgusted, absolutely disgusted with this government as to what it has done to the children of this world, of the UK. I'm disgusted with the elderly people who have insisted on masking up children in schools. It is the most selfish and disgusting act of fascism towards our children that I have witnessed in my lifetime. I am absolutely incensed. I have a son who's 6 years old, and for a third of his life now he has had to witness idiots running around in these masks and kowtowing to these government mandates. And I am on his behalf and on behalf of all those children out there, I can only but apologize for these idiot old people who have basically been so selfish with their fear of death and their fear of illness. It is absolutely pathetic that grown human beings would put their safety above the mental health of our children. And you can only see if you just watch that video, and please do share it. I've put it out on my Twitter account. Of course, again, I'm being censored here by Facebook. When are we going to stop accepting this censorship of people? I honestly, for me, I feel like I'm living as a Jew in Nazi Germany. I am a free-born Englishman, and I am not allowed to travel to Switzerland because I've not been vaccinated. I'm not allowed to travel to France because I've not been vaccinated. I'm not allowed to travel to America because I've not been vaccinated. I mean, what type of a planet are we on where our leaders feel that it is okay to treat me in the same way that Jews were treated in Nazi Germany, and to discriminate based on medical status? This is just disgusting. And the sooner the people that have come up with these ideas and come up with these plans are actually arrested and locked up, the better. And, I said a few weeks ago the tide was turning. The tide now has turned. And for those of you out there that have been supporting masks, for those of you out there that have been supporting this mandatory vaccination, if this government still thinks that it's going to get away with firing 100,000 NHS workers just because they wish to have medical sovereignty, they need to think again. The people are absolutely 100% cooked. And when it really truthfully comes out, that's the first video that I've seen, that video that we just played earlier. That's the first video that I've seen where somebody that was at school as a school child sincerely expressed what it felt like to be in that situation. And she's right. The government of this country has destroyed her future, has destroyed her education. We're joined here by Jane Cole-Marshall. Jane, I don't know if you saw that video. I put it out on my Twitter in case you missed it. But, I am absolutely livid. I am furious. I'm furious on behalf of my child, who's had to live through this gross, disgusting selfishness of the elderly in this country. And, the fact of the matter is, it is never right to sacrifice the sanity and the opportunity of young people just in order for a few old people to live a few more months or years. It is incredibly selfish. And I am furious about it. And I think this country is about to go through one hell of a catharsis as more and more people communicate. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for communicating today is a breakthrough. We must never, ever, 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 ever allow ourselves to go back to this situation again. And, you know, we're going to be communicating a lot more over the next few weeks. Unfortunately, my Facebook it looks as if it's been censored again. But we're still on YouTube, we're still on Twitter, we're still on the other platforms. So if I could ask you just to lift this clip and share it everywhere, and just let people know that we are here at Camelot, we are communicating, and all the very best to you all. Thank you.